Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I got another forum post and I want to talk to you about transcending self-hatred and other stuff. Okay, cool, welcome back. In this video, again, from the forum, I got a post. Thank you very much for writing in. If you want to write in the forum, check the links in the description, navigate my website, and do that so that I can help create content for you. And it also helps me learn a little something along the way as I consider these matters. Over the years of my life, and especially the last several years of my spiritual and or consciousness work, I've inevitably had to confront one of the core things that caused so much of the intense suffering I've faced in my life, and that's my self-hatred. Let's see, just deeply, okay, got it. Okay, got a bunch of self-hatred, check. All of this to say that I notice how much that a lot of this push for change and transformation actually comes from a place of self-hatred and not being good enough. Dun, dun, dun. My mind never ceases to find the areas of not being good enough, fast enough, strong enough, successful enough. You're never enough. Healthy enough, organized enough, conscious enough. It seems the thing to look into is, 1, experience directly my absolute nature, highly recommended, and 2, transcending this deep self-hatred. Yeah, sounds about right. I'm curious, though, if you have anything to say on this. Could it be possible that in transcending this, I actually lose the motivation and energy to continue to pursue change? How have you noticed the effort to change and transform in a more positive and empowering direction evolve for those you might have seen really let go of this sort of bottom line? It seems the drive to be better is based on the fundamental feeling of not being good enough. In any case, I hope Texas is treating you well and you're enjoying the summer. Cool. Thanks, Karen, for writing in. I appreciate it. I'll just leave that open over there. Let's see. So we've got some self-hatred going on. All right. I can resonate with the fact that, and it's probably been said in some of my other videos, that like the reason at first, say, the mind of a young man, myself, wanting to come do this work, it was because I was not happy the way I was. I was not happy with life. Life wasn't right. I wasn't right. Things were bad. I was depressed. I wonder why I was depressed if I wasn't thinking things were right and good. Hint, hint. See, and then so I embark upon this journey and doing all this work, and then years later I realize, wait a minute, oh, the whole reason I'm doing the work is because it's going to fix me, and then I had to confront, or it confronted me perhaps, that it's not going to fix me. Nothing's going to work. And I had to level with that, and it was not easy, and what my mind did with that was challenging, okay? Now, I don't think you have to be challenged in the way that I was challenged. You'll have your own challenges about that, whatever those may be. But I had to confront that I was looking for resolution in an external source. And it occurred to me that the external source would never, ever work. I was going to die like this if take it to death. What I mean by that is imagine your circumstance now. You've noticed that you try to change things on the outside. You get a new environment and you try to, like, okay, I'm broken. I've got a lot of self-hatred. I hate myself the way I am. Fucking terrible, right? And then I realize, well, I want to change, so I try to do something outside. I'll go to a retreat. I'll read these books. I'll make a lot of money. I'll get the right woman or man or the right intimate partner. I'll get the right car. I'll try to attain objects. I'll become a monk. I will avoid everything and shut down completely. And none of it works. How long has it been? 30 years? Has it worked yet? Has it worked yet? Nope. Keep going. 40 years. Is it working? 50 years. Still working yet? Has it worked? Has it worked? No. 60, 70, 80, not dead. Never worked. So now, you might hit a crisis point. You got options. You could off yourself. That's the easy way out. I'm not recommending that. You might have that thought, though. Oh, nothing's going to work, so I'll just end it. Don't. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's your prerogative, and that's not part of my conversation here. I'm just saying it may come up. And I would claim that's the easy way out. That is not the, quote, warrior way. You know, I've been considering that way recently. The way of the warrior. Well, what does that mean, really? The warrior, they never give up, that's for sure. They face pain and adversity and they overcome it. They don't succumb. That's like a warrior, right? And other stuff too. Certain powerful, they're people of power, perhaps, effectiveness. But bringing it back here, your question here is about self-hatred. And then a couple other points, like if I transcend myself, will I lose the will to continue? About your self-hatred, quick version, stop that. Love yourself. You've heard me say this in other videos. One way that you can transform before I go there, nothing on the outside is going to work. So I had to confront that in myself, and I was like freaking out, right? My mind was I was like, what is this? I'm in a lot of pain and I don't know why, and it's bad, and nothing is going to work. And I had to like drag myself up and say, well, I can quit, suicide, or I can figure this thing out. Get conscious, have insights. Stop the pain because nobody else is going to stop your pain for you. Nothing else external to you is going to stop your pain for you. Only, the good news is, you can. So I had to start to study my own pain. I had to start to study my own suffering because it lives by rules. You know, if you figure out the rules, you can dial it in and let it go. I stand on that possibility. Okay? So I started to look into the matter and I started to realize some things. So about self-hatred, okay? The first, if you want to transform as a human being, love yourself. That is the fastest way to an immediate transformation that I know about. That isn't bullshit. That isn't just like a belief. I don't want you to believe about loving yourself or to think about loving yourself. I want you to actually do it. What does that mean? That means you have to know what you're loving too. You are there like that. I want you to love and appreciate yourself exactly the way you are now. You're a piece of shit? Good. Love that you're a piece of shit. You're worthless? Good. Love that you're worthless. You're broken? Good. Love that you're broken. You can do that. It's an option. Anybody ever tell you that? And you can do it now. Go. And then keep doing that and see what changes. Okay? Accept yourself the way you are. All right? That will be a transformation right away because it switches your relationship to this perceived problem. And I say perceived problem to from one of resistance to one of acceptance. And immediately, a lot of the pain should just go away, right away, because hating hurts. So stop that. Stop hating yourself. But they're like, yeah, but I can't. Well, then love that you can't. Yeah, but it's not going to work. Well, then love that you have that. That's bullshit. Okay, that's an excuse. Yeah, but shut up. Do it anyway. I don't give a fuck. Or don't. You can hate yourself. I don't care. It's your pain. All right? So now, that will make a difference. And then, like I've said in other videos, if I resist what's there, I'm very likely not to be able to grasp what it is because I'm busy trying to push it away. So fully embrace yourself as you are. Love yourself as you are, and then begin to question and wonder, well, what is actually there? See? And for example, I had, now about what's there. You have likely assumed that what is there, which you likely are not too clear on what's there, because I could ask you, well, who is this one that you're hating so much? And what are your characteristics exactly? And what exactly about you do you hate? Or is it just that your experience is filled with self-hate and you don't even know why. Like, are you hating a chair? Are you hating the room? You're hating life. Yeah, but what's life? What's it made of? Are you hating something that you know exactly what it's made of, or are you just hating? What are you hating? What is the shape of the thing that you hate? See, so get clear. What are you hating? What do you hate? And reveal what's going on. Reveal the one you're being that you say you hate, because likely you might discover that what you're actually hating has no you hate something likely because you assume that the thing you're hating is that which is worthy of being hated upon. It's like I'm this battery, right? But all batteries are bad. Yeah, who said all batteries are bad? Or, man, this battery is a real piece of shit, right? A real piece of shit. How do you know it's a piece of shit? The only way I know that this is a piece of shit is if I say so. This is inherently bad, is it? Like, are you inherently bad? The battery doesn't give a fuck. And so with you, what do you think? You are so bad that you have to hate you, reject you? Likely you have a part of yourself, quote part, something core to you that you like, that's really me, and I hate it. Why do you hate it? Is it loathsome? And the more I discover, the more I dig into the stuff, it's like, no, the stuff at my core doesn't have any positive or negative qualities. It's just being here. Like I'm just being here. Like a battery just is. And then the hatred and the assumption that it is a thing that is disgusting or a thing that is putrid or a thing that is negative is made up. Like you're hating on something you don't even know what it is. So get what it is. Okay, so now you could, about what I've said, you could believe me. And this is a trap. This is a big trap because it really flips really easily into believing what I say. The discoveries I'm talking about came because I was in some shit and I realized I was the only way out. And then I started to look into my experience. Because at the end of the day, if I'm suffering this huge, massive amount and all the other people on the planet could perish, I would still be suffering. That means I cannot find resolution outside. And so I had to confront myself, my own internal world. The only person that can change your inner world is you. Like really you. You see, so then it behooves you to start to study the matter. All right? So, about transcending self-hatred, love yourself. That does that right away. And it will, if you cannot fully love yourself, it will at least throw up a huge contrast in your experience, and you'll start to see how much you really do hate yourself, and you might find like, holy shit, it's everywhere. I hate me, I hate life, I hate this, I hate everything about me. Why are you doing that? Why are you hating on yourself? That's you hating on you. Don't fuck with my friends. I love my friends. Why are you hating you, huh? And who is hating who? What are you, two people? See? So then that means there's something missing, something to discover. And so I'm trying to inspire you to consider deeply and discover. First, like right away, stop hating yourself and then discover what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, if you tell the truth about it, what's really there, like Rumi said, something like this: out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing. Beyond ideas of being a worthy human being or not, say. I'm making that up. There's a field. I'll meet you there. It's a field where you already are. But you don't know that until you get what is. Yeah. Okay, so there. Self-hatred, handle that. Now, about this ideal stuff, another thing I had to confront in myself was like, oh, I'm worse. I'm a worser human being. I'm never enough. I'm not enough. The only way you can be not enough is if you are comparing yourself to some idea of what enough is, and it's like somewhere else, and it's not you. Stop the comparison. That entire activity falls down. Stop comparing yourself to others. And then you say, well, I can't. Well, shut up. Yeah, you can. And then, what are the others? Others are likely in your mind. They're not out there. It's your idea of others. Like, oh my God, a Peter Ralston character. What is that? Like, you don't know. Peter Ralston could be dead for all you know right now, right? But right now, you might have a Ralston character. Where does that even occur? In your experience, in your mind. There is no physical body that you can see, is there? You don't know. So you're making a comparison in your mind about some idea of the perfect person. And then comparing yourself, which likely you're not even too clear on what that is exactly. If you are, tell me. Leave a comment for the algorithm, whatever. Stop the comparison. That whole thing falls down. You don't need to compare. Then you might, to your third point, if I stop this comparison, if I transcend this stuff, I won't be motivated to do stuff. Why don't you try it and find out? And also consider the idea that if you need motivation, that's again like making it like, oh, something outside of me motivate me so I can do something. You don't need that. All you need for motivation is you. Real you to decide to do something. So, will you lose motivation? Only if you lose it. Only if you stop doing that. Only if you stop doing things. See? If you transcend everything, you're still going to do shit. There's no reason. Here's one way. Well, why would I do anything? Well, I would counter with the same thing. Why not do anything? There's the either or. See, it's the same thing, just a different side of that coin. There's no reason not to do stuff. So don't worry about it. See? So then, now you can have the thought about this comparison business. Again, remember, you can think about it, but then there's the reality of the comparison. You have to find that mental activity. Oh my God, there I go again. And look at how much pain I'm in. I compare myself and there's pain. I compare myself and there's pain. Stop. Yeah, but I need the comparison. The need and the comparison go together. Dump the whole, you're done. All of them. The need and the activity, which is another activity, this need. I need to compare myself. No, you don't. You can still perform just fine without comparing yourself to other people. All right? Now, here's one thing that might help with that a little bit in addition is you can choose to become a master. Say. And rather than comparing yourself to another person who's a master, compare yourself to the mastery itself. Like a principal, for example, does well for this. I'm going to compare myself, how am I doing to the principal? Because the principal doesn't give a shit about you. Just gives a shit about what it's the principal of, kind of thing. And if you compare yourself to the principal, now it's like you are using the principal to help you, like Peter has mentioned in one of the workshops, it's like that I perform and perform well, is, which you're invited to come do, check the links in the description, is you use the principle to forge yourself, your body and mind. It's not like, oh, if I don't stack up to the principle, I'm wrong and bad. That's self-hatred again, you see? It's no, I'm just not there yet. I'm not, how can I be, so it like moves you in a direction. It never ends. It ends with your death, okay? But the direction will stay. As long as you're comparing, you are like, okay, here I am now. Like, for example, here's how you can do it in real time. Imagine yourself a completely free human being, no suffering, nothing, right? Instantly, when you compare yourself to that notion or principle, stuff comes up, doesn't it? Oh, I'm not free here. I'm not free here. I'm actually in pain about this. You see, it reveals what is going on, and that's its power. And then it's not like I'm wrong and bad because I don't stack up to the principle, because the principle is not an ideal. See? I'm just like, oh, this is where I'm at, and then immediately I can see where I can improve, I can work on stuff, and then now we have an upward, quote, upward trajectory again. And it's not, there's no pain there. It's just, oh, a recognition. So you can use it like that. Okay? So, yeah. Could it be possible that in transcending this, I actually lose the motive? Right, yeah, that is a thought about losing the motivation. You're having a thought about what's going to happen if you transcend it. That's a pre-transcendent thought. Okay? No, likely, if you transcend this self-hatred, you will have less in the way, you will have more energy, you will love yourself more, you will feel better about your experience as a whole, and you will be likely more empowered to take action, not less. Okay? And if you're really freed up, the drives and stuff that will push you down certain roads but not others will, if you're not free, you'll get pushed down these roads still, like you're programming. If you free yourself from the programming, there's no more push to go down certain roads. As far as I can tell, it opens up and expands possibilities rather than constricts you to like certain roads. So then I would think there's more possibility for action, not less. There's more power, not less. And when you have more power, you can flat out decide to do something for no reason at all and go do it. You don't need a reason to do stuff. Okay? You just do shit. You can choose. And that's a certain power. Okay? Yeah, so cool. Good question. Keep considering and remember like I was just shooting podcast stuff and I was, we were experimenting in the podcast with, getting questions from other people, from old, say like Rudyard Kipling and others, Isaac Newton, questions that were being posed to me and then also Buddha. And my responses in some of the cases, although I've never studied Buddhism, I don't read any scripture, and yet my responses were informed by my, quote, enlightenment experience and also my consciousness on the matter. And I was saying the same shit kind of that Buddha was. Why? Because I looked into what is. I did not look for a belief about what is. I used my own experience. I looked into myself. I looked into what's really true to the best of my ability and my consciousness and my awareness. Like, what's true about these things? And it just so happens if I follow what's true down to the bottom, it reveals what is going on. And like what is going on in terms of suffering is you're doing it. But I didn't get that without looking into it. I got into it. I didn't try to get away from it. I went for the truth of the matter, to the bottom, to the end. And by doing so, it reveals what is. And if it does happen that regarding your own suffering, that what is you're doing it for real, it's as simple as stop. But that simplicity does not come without understanding what it is. Otherwise, it's usually just a Band-Aid, as far as I can tell, or piling a belief system on top of like I'm a broken human being, but I pile a nice belief system on top of there that's like, oh, you're love and light and blah, and you are loved, and it's not addressing the root cause. It's like putting a Band-Aid on. It's addressing a symptom, not the cause. So you have to address the cause, which is, in this case, what is true, what's going on with you, for real, in your experience, about whatever. And that's the spirit that has given me, as if, the direction and the consciousness that I have on these matters. It's the wondering. It's the looking into it. It's the no holds barred honesty, mainly with myself. Telling the truth to myself powerfully. These things make a difference. And then the more you do it, the more you'll find out that what I've said is actually true. See, so you have to verify for yourself. And that makes a difference. And again, verify that. Otherwise, I'm just blowing smoke, and who cares about smoke? Okay? All right, so cool. Thanks for writing into the forum. That's what I have for you. I'm sure that there's more. I could keep talking, but I think that's plenty to work on for now. If you want to get more serious, well, check the links in the description. Navigate my website. Come here. Do a workshop. They kick ass. They're extremely powerful events. They're no joke. I facilitate those. They're created by Peter Ralston, and they are incredible. So come do those. Otherwise, check the forum. Check the links. Hire me to work with you one-on-one. Okay, I'm open to that. And write to me. Send an email. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what's going on. And keep kicking ass out there. Much love. Take care. I'm Brendan Lee. Bye.